Dope pusher, stop pushing that dope. Dope. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Like the page, share the page. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Welcome you to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Gems the Berg. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
Hey, and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. Jasmina, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and share the page with a friend. We just getting started, y'all. It's going to be a wonderful day. It's hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. Hey, that's a real thing, man. That's really a real thing. Hump day is real. So last week was a short week, right, with President's Day.
Yeah.
And,
was it really a short week?
Well, you know, them short weeks are the longest, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a full week after the President's Day, and it's the second day of the month.
Yeah.
What's good with you?
It's Women History Month or Women Empowerment.
Yeah.
All right. So think that's kind of dope to honor some dope women.
Yes.
I woke up this morning. Life is good. The weather's pretty good today.
Yeah.
It's like cool, but not too cold.
I like that.
You know what I mean? It's not too windy. It's like kind of just right.
It's right.
Just right.
It's why people move here, huh?
It is. Yesterday was great beach weather day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be great beach weather all day today.
Is it? I don't know. It was cloudy. It was a little cloudy too yesterday. Like it started out
cloudy, but then it was like
it turned into a really beautiful day. Yeah. Kind of like life, huh?
Yeah. You wake up, something happened, you be like, oh, my day gonna be messed. And then something amazing happened.
Yeah.
And so those are those 5 things that you write down.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
And just in case you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
You be like, oh, that did happen.
That did happen. Yeah. That's in the 5 because it was. Because it started out a little gloomy and then it just brightened up and turned into a beautiful day.
Right.
I eased back into my workout. You know, it was March 1st.
Okay.
And then after my little injury,
okay,
I took some time off. More time than I think I really needed to, but like I had a legit excuse, and so I just wrote that out.
So who says it's more time than you needed? Then
it was me. I said it was more time.
Okay, because
I could have went back.
You could have went back.
Yeah, y'all got goals. I'm trying to, you can't meet your goals if you ain't doing the stuff.
You ain't never lie about that.
You got to do the stuff.
Got to do the work.
You got to do the work, and so I was so I eased back into it, and it felt good to be able to, like I said, easing back into it. I ain't trying to hurt myself or do nothing crazy. So
okay.
So it was good to be able to, take a walk and do a little bit. So.
Yeah, it felt good. Like I realized when I went walking, like I'm totally out of shape, right? And I'm
swim like a fish though.
Yeah, but I know when I hit the pool again, because that's like coming up on my schedule for next week is to start back in the pool. I'm like, how many laps can I do when I first start out? Because I know I can't jump back in and do 80 right away for the first.
Yeah, 80
so
laps. That's what you was doing?
I was doing 160 a day, 80 in the morning, 80 in the evening.
Okay, so you doing 2 a day?
Yes, I was. And I don't think it'll take me long to get there, but I know that like starting out, I might be like 20, 25.
Okay. Yeah, that's how
that, and then work my way up to 40, 60.
Yeah. I stopped beating myself up though for not being able to just jump back in. Like I used to, it's like I should be able to do this, and it's like, you know what? I just do what I can do. And then I push myself, of course, but like I'm over that. Dang, man, I'm supposed to be able to whatever.
Right.
Like I done got away from that.
No, I'm kind of like, so with me, I'm competitive, right?
Yeah.
A little bit with myself, especially. But what I'm thinking is when I get in there, as long as I can complete an hour.
Okay.
What I get done in that hour is what I'm going to get done with the hour.
Good morning, Sharonda. I see you.
That will be my mark.
Right.
So whatever I do that first time I get back in the pool, I can't go under.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like that.
That's where
I'm like that. I'm like that. And then I was jump roping. I was doing some jump rope.
You trying to build up that stamina for real.
Yeah. I mean, I used to kill it, and then COVID. Like
that's what happened.
When COVID happened, I was sitting more than I usually did. and my knees started like messing with me just from sitting down.
No, they will.
Yeah. My legs was swelling up, like my ankles was swollen. Like I was like real deal going through it just from sitting down.
Yeah, not moving,
not moving.
circulating, and all that other stuff. So not good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm ready to get back in the pool. And,
yeah. Well, that's what's up. Let's do it. So you're right. March is Women History Month. This provides an opportunity to honor the generation of trailblazing women and girls who have built our nation, shaped our progress, and strengthened our character as a people. Inspiring women in your life. Women who inspire you.
So I come from a background full of amazing women.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just start off with the ones that right there. That
okay.
Just, you know,
so you got your hands on them.
Right there, just right there.
Right.
Would be my mom and her sisters.
Okay.
You know, they're just some amazing women. To watch them, and it's a testimony to sit back. And when my grandparents passed away, usually when, you know, your grandparents, your family kind of divides.
Yeah, that's common. Yeah,
because they're typically the anchor.
Right.
And to see that my grandparents gave them the tools to make sure that we still stayed anchored.
Right.
And they did not waver from what they were taught.
Yeah.
Is amazing, because that lets me know that like me and my cousins are not gonna waver from what they taught us, and our family will stay strong.
Absolutely. And you have to be intentional with that. Miss Teresa, thank you for tuning in. I see you.
So big shout out. You see Rosalind pop up on there.
Yeah.
Renee.
Okay.
Amita Bauer.
I didn't see him.
I'm just saying, not today, but usually, you know, my aunties come in, they be ready.
That's that women empowerment, and they are there. Yeah.
Monica McIntosh, they some teachers out there. You know, Laura, and then you can't forget Wanda, my mama, and my auntie Terry that's up there in DC.
Okay, gotcha. No, that's what's up. Women empowerment.
What about you?
My mom, definitely. My wife.
I know you couldn't leave your wife out.
I can't. I wouldn't be sitting in this chair without her. And so her or my mom, like those are the two. My sister, Lisa Washington.
Okay.
She's doing like some amazing things, and really inspiring to see it. And who else? What other women inspire me? Really, it's kind of close. I keep it close.
You keep it close, because I just think about through my journey in life, I have met some really amazing women that helped me with my outlook in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, and not say that I didn't have it, but you know, when you when God placed people in your path and let you know you're going in the right path, is really good.
Right, that's right.
It's like confirmation. So there's so many women, but
we'll talk about. Reese is another one I would lift up because it's coming to me now. You know, it's still early. I'm still sipping my coffee. Rosalind says she's listening in the car. Thank you for listening.
See?
And so Gwen Reese definitely is somebody who inspires me. Inspired me to really step into my leadership.
Okay.
This was like 2009, 10. We started working closer together. We had done some things before that, and then like 2011, I was conflicted about the neighborhood association. They were asking me to be the president, and I didn't want to do it. And she basically was like, "Nah, you can't not do that. Like you have to, you know, step into that role." But when I went and started helping out with the neighborhood association, I was just there literally to just help out, see how I can contribute. And then, you know how it is, you got like ideas and energy, and you start working. And they was like, "Won't you, be the president?"
That's usually how it happens.
And I'm like, I ain't trying to be nobody president. You know what I'm saying? And then, matter of fact, there was a group of women from in the neighborhood. You know, the elders. They like, we did an event around policing and police chase at the time. And after the event, they basically surrounded me and was like, "Yeah, you are president."
Oh, there you go.
And I'm like, "Huh? Like, this how it worked?" And it was like,
the people voted you in.
No, they just told me that I was going to be the president.
I know, because they voted you in privately. They had a meeting.
Hey, that's right.
All right.
And they was like, "You gonna be our president." And I was like, "What you mean?" It was
you need a healthy feel your elders, because you didn't defy them.
Yeah. I know I couldn't.
You didn't buck and be like, "Nah." Now y'all know it's whatever on your mind on Wednesday. So we're talking. So listen, chime in. Tell us any positive women,
Yeah.
people who help shape your life. If you want to call in and give us a short story with it, it's 727-637-2416.
Yep.
Again, that's 727-637-2416. Let us know, because there's some
Yeah.
great women out there.
And Jasmina, she said her grandmother, first Muslim teacher in the whole Bosnia, and I can't say that, Herzegovina.
We got you.
Yeah, yeah.
We see it. Look.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I see Charlene Thomas was tagged. Dot, you tagged. Renee, wake up. Where you at? But
Yeah,
but
Renee
after they did that, it was like, and it was women. I say all of that to say those were women. Yubi, thank you for tuning in. George Smith, man, good to see you. We got to get you back over to the neighborhood association. George Smith is over some of the housing programs for the Southside CRA. He's tuned in, and we need some updates, man. So I'll reach out. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking forward to continuing our conversations. Let us know, women who inspire you. Put it in the chat or give us a call. It's Women's History or Women's Empowerment Month, and we want to honor and celebrate and recognize women, not just these 31 days, but really every day of the year, man.
Right.
I fundamentally believe that a nation can rise no higher than this woman.
Hey, I like it. You don't get no rebuttals from me. But you know, I'm all about teamwork. I'm all about the couples.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You know, you need both entities to make sure that you're great. Not saying that you can't be great by yourself, but you're even greater when you have a partner with you to help you achieve your goals and push you when you have a little doubt or you're a little shaky or you just get tired and you need to just pass the baton to somebody. It's really good to have somebody gonna catch that baton for you so you can take that little rest. It's like wrestling, like tag you, I got you. You know what I mean? And then when you get all back energized and stuff, you tag back in, you back in the race. So it's really good to have somebody. So without
and I need that person too that ain't gonna tag, that's just gonna jump in and fight while we fighting and then buck the tag a little bit sometime. Like I'm with that too, right?
Yeah, because that's what happened when because see, you might not realize how fatigued you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But your partner is watching and paying attention to you at all times when you have somebody that really cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they see you when you think that, nah, babe, I got you. Like, just hop on in. But you like, wait, I had this. Nah, you didn't. No. I know, but you need a little help. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and the perspective. I think it's just a different perspective, the different viewpoints. Like, it took me a while to appreciate that from my wife, like the way she sees things. Because we don't always see them the same way.
No.
Which is great. But I didn't think it was great at the time. Like as a 19, 20, 21-year-old, like I struggled with her seeing things differently. And then I started realizing the benefit of that and you know, her perspective. And when I started to really value and appreciate her perspective and her viewpoint more, we began to grow.
That's when you became a man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For real, man.
Right.
Yeah. So today is Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
Ash Wednesday is the holiday that marks the start of Lent.
Okay.
It's the Christian observance of the biblical story of Jesus Christ's withdrawal into the desert for 40 days. You remember that story, right? Because of this, Ash Wednesday is traditionally a day of fasting, abstinence, and repentance. So today's fasting, abstinence, and repentance, with many Christians abstaining from all but bread and water until sunset. Lent is 40 days long, not including Sundays, according to the calendar. That means that the season runs for about 46 days overall until Easter. You do Lent?
Nope, we're drinking coffee right now.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Bread and water. Miss Teresa said, we're talking about women's empowerment. Miss Teresa said, my mama Mabel Ruth Jones, Mildred Horton, who was a community activist in my hometown, Emma Lindsay, a warrior and warrior woman in Erie, Shirley Chisholm, the first African-American woman elected to Congress, Nikki Giovanni, a great poet, and Angela Davis. Thank you, Miss Teresa, for sharing. Absolutely. Renee say I'm up.
But you heard us call you out now.
And so with the with Lent, I think it's always interesting to me the parallels between these different, you know, theologies and religions. Like, you know, every religion has something in common, right? And that was one of the things that attracted me to Islam was these 5 principles that, that govern it because they're common in each one of the religions, each, major monotheistic religions. And fasting is a part of that. And growing up as a Christian, I remember hearing about fasting, but never really participated in like a season of fasting.
Not a whole season, but I definitely fast before for religious purposes.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the people that's very open-minded when it comes to religion.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that regardless of what you study, I think there's good in all the religions.
I agree.
I think you need to take something from all of them but whatever fits for you.
Yeah.
Because at the end,
that's really what it's about.
Because really, at the end of the day, I feel like we all take different paths, but we're going to the same place.
Yeah.
Everybody don't learn how to do math the same. You see the new math, how they teach them.
Yeah.
We would have been lost back then because that's not how they taught us, right?
Shout out to Juwan Green. He hate every time we say new math. He hates it. You know Juwan.
Yeah.
Our resident, former NASA employee, right? Math tutor, and he's like, it's not new math.
Okay.
But I say it too. But he's like, but every time I hear it now,
well, the way that you teach math now,
the new way you teach math.
Yeah, okay.
Because the math ain't new.
Yeah,
the way they teach it is. Yeah.
But you just look. So I don't believe there's one right path to get to your savior, to God, whatever however you're gonna get there, you're gonna get there as long as you're not doing anything to harm anybody,
right?
And you are living a good life, and
Absolutely.
You're being good to people. Do what fits and feel good to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that's how you get to paradise.
Well, that's the golden rule, right? Mm-hmm. There's a golden rule in every religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right.
In Islam, it says, want for your brother what you want for yourself. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Mm-hmm. What goes around comes around. Like, those are like universal principles that defy religious dogma, right? And but yeah, I participate in Lent sometimes.
Yeah.
I've done it. I actually did it with a friend. And then she turned around and did Ramadan with me. I did Lent, with her, and then she did Ramadan with me together. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But so if you're celebrating Lent now, I'm not sure exactly what the greeting is because sometimes there's like greetings during this month. But yeah,
if you know, chime in, let us know. Tell us.
Are you doing Lent?
Or call us again, 727-637. There we go.
2416. Yeah. All right, so this day in history.
Okay, what happened this day in history?
In 1962, Wilt Chamberlain scores 100 points versus the New York Knicks. Wilt Chamberlain, one of the world's greatest basketball players, was born Wilton Norman Chamberlain. He set the NBA single game scoring record when he hit 100 points to help the Philadelphia Warriors defeat the New York Knicks by a score of 169-147 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. The scoring record still stands today. Chamberlain dominated the game of basketball with his giant 7 foot 1 inch, 275-pound stature. Get kind of putting off Shaquille O'Neal vibes for me.
Yeah.
He brought along with his size a shot blocking and prolific scoring and unbelievable rebounding ability that enabled him to become a legend during his career. He played in Kansas in college, also ended up playing for the Harlem Globetrotters before he entered into professional basketball. He went on to play in the NBA for the Philadelphia/San Francisco Warriors. That's Golden State now. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Chamberlain was born August 21st, 1936, and died in October at the age of 63. Shout out to Will Chamberlain. But this day in 1962 was when he set that record. Another thing that happened but didn't happen. In 1807, Congress abolishes the slave trade. That's why I said it happened, but didn't happen. Because 1807, like we remember the 1860s, right?
Right.
1861 through 65, the Civil War, and after that. But this 1807.
They really did abolish it, but then they say, sorry, but not sorry. Like, yeah, it's abolished, but nah, it's really not.
It's practice, right? Again, it really goes back to those institutional policies, versus what the practices are. So The Congress passed the act to prohibit the importation of slaves into any port or place within the jurisdiction of the United States from any foreign kingdom, place, or country. The United States transatlantic slave trade wasn't supposed to last all the way into the Civil War. And it wasn't supposed to be a profit center for the abolitionist North. But even after Congress banned U.S. participation in the Atlantic slave trade and declared it piracy in 1820, a crime which actually carried the penalty of death, a robust illegal trade continued. American ship owners, merchants, seamen, and corrupt officials based largely in New York City collaborated with foreign allies to continue shipping captive Africans via the Middle Passage all the way into the 1860s. The practice, and we know, what the impacts and ramifications of that were, but yeah, that happened on March 2nd, 1807, where they made an attempt to abolish the slave trade. And again, they did it on paper, but it actually still, continued. So yeah, that's history.
Okay.
Yeah. What's on your mind, y'all? Today is What's on Your Mind Wednesday, 727-637-2416. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. We're talking about Women's Empowerment Month. So if you got women who inspire you, please give us a call and share. Who are those women who inspire you? If you want to leave it in the chat, you can put their names in the chat. You can say their names. How about that? Say the names of the women.
Say their names. Say their names.
That's right.
Look.
Even when people are around you.
Right.
Like I say their names when no one else is around you.
Yes. Yeah. No, say it now.
Yeah.
Because I want people like my friends and everything to speak of me when I'm not there. Like, what do they say when I'm not there?
That's really what's important.
You know what I mean? Not what's there when I'm in front of your face. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's true.
Have my back behind. I want people to cheer for me when I'm not there. I want to cheer for my friends when they're not there. I want to be able to have people around me that's gonna uplift and build and not be afraid of me overshining them,
right?
Vice versa. Like if I have an opportunity, I want to be able to give it to somebody and not think, oh, I can't do that because they might take my job. Nah, let's go.
It's enough for everybody.
Yeah, let's cheer each other on.
Absolutely is. So check it out. King Jab, women that inspire me. Linda Chestnut, my mama. Tanisha Scant, my wife. Look, it's mamas and wives for the brothers.
Right.
As it should be. All my aunties. Hold on. Is that Fleta, Benjamin, Veronica Chestnut, Ford, Artie. Yep, Artie. Auntie Ann, Bernita Harrington.
Okay.
My grandmother had 5 girls, and I have a few aunties in St. Pete. All of the men in our family were trained to protect, and these women nurtured us. Thank you for sharing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Last week we talked. Well, Monday we were talking about like I totally believe in gender roles.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, I like gender.
That's a topic. Gender roles.
I do, and I don't know
because I was like challenged on that back in like 2011, 2012. And this was like when I was just getting into social media, and I used to just be posting stuff and saying stuff, and I didn't realize like the world was watching and people had a problem with some of that stuff.
So what was the problem?
They don't believe in gender roles.
I really do. Like, okay, so
for those who may not know or may not be following this, gender roles, basically a man should do this and a woman should do that.
Right.
Yeah. They were like, no, skip that. Matter of fact, I posted about my pet peeve with men who sit in the car while the women pump gas. Like that's a thing for me, right?
Right. It's a thing for me too.
But on the post, it was like, that's no problem. Like, who said that women shouldn't pump gas? Like, they were like coming for me about that for real. I'm talking about it was like intense. I ended up.
You just deleted the post?
I just like, make it private.
So nobody could comment?
Man, it was just one of them days. Because you know how they go and they just keep going and going and going.
Right.
And like you getting all these notifications. And I was like, you know what? I'm finna just like move on.
No, yeah. I really
yeah.
Do I think that like sometimes roles cross?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like when you're looking at like really defining them, like yes, if I'm in the car
Yeah.
and there's a man and he's not doing anything, he should be pumping the gas.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
I take out the garbage, I be like, oh no,
Okay.
the man
That's a
should.
man's
That's
job.
like for me, and I
Yeah.
mean, and not saying that, and I'm not saying like I need to be barefoot, pregnant, and just in the kitchen.
Right.
But there are
Right.
certain roles, like I really believe in men walking into their masculine and women staying in their feminine. And this is a Qiana thing, y'all. So
the views expressed, right?
And everybody don't have to go, but so I'm
Yeah.
big on whatever works for you,
Absolutely.
and your. But like I like to walk in my feminine,
Yeah.
especially in my relationship. And I've talked about this before. It's like I'm a boss in every aspect of my life. Like I hire, I fire, I write policies, I do all this other stuff. When I get home, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I just want to be feminine. I don't want to be the boss. Like I don't want to be barking orders. I just really want to be that little girl that, giddy and just kind of like I want to walk in my feminine. That's who God made me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And society has made us so hard as women that we feel like we have to walk in our masculine all the time. And sometimes it's because we don't feel like we can be vulnerable enough. We talked about that on Monday, to let somebody else carry the load because you have been disappointed or you've been doing it by yourself for so long. You don't know no other way. And so I think society has did us kind of disjustice when it's like we're independent. Not because we want to be.
Okay.
It's because we had to be. And again, this is a Qiana thing because some people like that. But and I'm big on God don't make no mistakes. You need to be paired up. You have two eyes, you have two nostrils, you have two ears, you have two lips. You know what I mean? Two hands. So why would you think that you just need to be by yourself?
Yeah. Good point. Gender roles. Wow.
So if y'all want to chime into the gender role conversation,
let us know what you think about that.
Yeah, because this is What's on Your Mind Wednesday, right?
Should men pump the gas?
So this is like chivalry's not dead. Like I believe in courtship, right? We talked about this. I believe that you need to date before you put titles on people.
Right.
Get to know like the core or some foundation of who they are before you be like, oh yeah, he cute, that's my man.
Anthony Evans, thank you for chiming in. Good morning. Anthony says, good morning. Please, everyone, be patient and safe travels. God is the greatest of us all.
Yes, he is.
I agree. But yeah, no, I'm all about that life, man. I really like being, a man to my wife, and I like her being a woman to me. I don't like not that bass in your voice and be flexing and talking all crazy. Like it's interesting time.
And most of the time, usually women like a little men to be a little firm at times. You heard what I said. Oh, okay. Okay.
Courtship. So speaking of courtship, me and my wife, we was talking about this too. Questions to ask during these dates, because a lot of times, dating and courtship can be very superficial. Like, how do you really get to know somebody during this courtship process? What are some of the things that you encourage men and women to talk about when you're dating someone? Like, what is that courtship process?
When you first meet somebody, it's all like the first date typically is kind of like surface level, just to see if y'all have some type
checking
of
chemistry
out the vibe, and some kind of chemistry. You know what I mean? Once you start going on multiple dates, then you really need to realize it's like, what your deal breakers are.
Right.
You know what you're looking. You should know if you're dating with a purpose, right?
Okay. That's important.
Right. What are the core things?
I think most men are dating with a purpose.
You think so?
Yeah. You saw it and you want it, and so that was your immediate purpose.
Right. Your immediate purpose.
I think women like that too. Now it's not just talking about gender roles.
Like you say, but when I say date with a purpose, like you're looking for somebody to settle down with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so when you look at it, I think, do you want kids?
Yeah.
That's
a question.
That
Yeah.
is definitely a question.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's their family background?
Right.
Because that all plays a factor, and a lot of times we don't have those conversations.
Right.
Like, do you want to buy a house? Because some people don't.
Okay.
And these are things that people don't want to talk about. Finances.
Oh yeah.
Finances is important.
Absolutely.
I don't know when you start that conversation, but it is very
Not
important.
Second date, third date, no.
I mean, you can't, but you don't have to tell them.
But in between that, you like on the phone, you having conversations,
and
all
you
that
start
stuff
to learn about. I mean, people ask what's your favorite color?
Yeah,
that's surface stuff.
Those are icebreakers,
right? What's your favorite color? What's your sign?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the interpretation of that,
yeah. But you definitely want to know what makes them tick.
Sure.
You know what I mean? What their hobbies are.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I like what you said about family background.
You definitely need to
really
know that.
Understanding, what was like your upbringing like.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the most important things to understand, because once you get together, you're bringing all of that together, like the way you was brought up.
Right.
You might have been brought up where, the women did everything and the men just, like we talk about gender roles, right?
Right.
And I might have been brought up where it's like, no, you don't touch that door, you don't pay bills, like I got this.
Right.
And that may cause some conflict. So being able to have that understanding.
Growing up with my grandmother and my grandfather went and worked, right? Mm-hmm. My grandmother didn't have to work. She only worked to pay the phone bill.
Right.
Because her sisters my granddaddy told her one time before, like, you can't be on the phone with your sister that long.
Because long distance.
So she went up and back then. So she went and got
a job so she could pay the phone bill. Yeah.
Now my grandma cooked and cleaned, but my grandfather also did the work, but would go get the groceries and still cook and clean at the same time. So like he did all of those roles as well.
Right.
And it wasn't just left, but my grandmother also made sure that he was good.
Right.
I believe that men cannot outdo women.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. It's just in our nature to take care and nurture you. So
outdo. That's a word.
Yeah.
Because it implies competition. I think it's some things that women do better than men, and it's some things that men do better than women.
I do.
Right. And I think understanding that, like you said, gender roles, the whole idea of roles, for me, it puts me in the mind of like movies and films, right? Where you have like a leading actor and supporting actress. You know what I mean? And it's like you have a cast and everybody's clear on what their role is.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that has to be identified and understood during the courtship process.
I think so too.
Like, how do you see yourself showing up in this relationship?
But not even that. Like, you have roles at work.
Yeah.
You don't go to work and they just say, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? There's different roles, and you look at it when you're dating.
Yeah.
You play a different role.
Right.
And then when you start to commit more and you put a title where you say girlfriend, boyfriend, the roles then start to change.
What's the first title? Like after dating, what's the next title up from like
girlfriend, boyfriend?
Okay.
Because dating, you can just casually date somebody.
Okay. Is that same thing as going out? Go out with? Going out with is dating?
Yeah, I want to say going out with is dating.
Because we used to say go with too.
Yeah, go with is your boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, I go with.
Yeah, I
go with Sean. Right?
Yeah.
Who you go with?
Sean.
Okay.
Yeah,
they still do that? Is that still a thing? People still go together?
Yeah, as long as they boyfriend and girlfriend, they go together.
People going together, man.
Yeah,
but that's a conversation. Like, how do you like?
I don't
say
know.
we going together.
So like,
and I'm asking these questions really because I haven't dated in 30 something like in that way. Like we still go on dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of settled in really early, and so like I in my 20s, like I didn't do that stuff, so I have no idea like what goes on.
But y'all were already a boyfriend. Y'all was already
a boyfriend and girlfriend in high school.
That's what I'm saying. So you're 20.
We was going together.
You was going together in your 20s, so y'all were already.
Well, high school was like, I think we got together when I was maybe 16.
Right. So when you was in your 20s, y'all already had the title of going.
Oh yeah, together. Yeah. We was going together. Yeah, we was going together. People know I went with Sean. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
But then, just like I said, just the idea of like trying to do that these days just is.
I don't
it
know.
just blows my
because,
mind.
So I'm in the dating pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it's because people, I don't know, like do people like just assume that you're together? Like I don't know, like I think I want somebody to be like, can you be my lady?
Okay.
Like, or something like I wanted
Like
to
a
be,
proposal.
I kind of wanted to be like real clear.
So okay, so my son-in-law and my daughter. I remember when they were dating, and then when they started going together. After they started going together for a while, I remember he got her like a little promise ring, and that was like the signifying of the relationship. Jab said he said the way they signify a relationship now is on a social media post.
Okay, so I'm not that open yet.
Where you like in a relationship, you put that on your status.
I don't know, like that stuff kind of like terrifies me.
What, like posting your relationship
So,
status on a social media post?
Yeah, because we know
King
like
in the building.
Hey, in the building.
Okay, that's
so
what's up.
yeah.
That's what's
So,
up.
but for me, so I'm so private, and I realize it's about I'm not secretive, but private because it's a different thing.
I agree.
And so
lift that up if it's too low.
I don't. Oh snap.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that the late fee?
Oh no.
Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business.
Well, I mean, I knew
I'm touring the house. Mind your business.
I knew it was something the way you slid it over there. I knew it was
grease. Sometimes you got to grease the OG palm. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for keeping my family safe, OG.
For that thing, right? Like that's for you. That's for you. Right?
Peace and light, y'all, man. Y'all brother Reno Moore has entered the building, man.
So back to so I think it'll be a big thing for me to just put like in a relationship.
Okay.
And maybe because I never had.
We talking about how you go together. King Jab said the picture. He said the picture of y'all together tells it all.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of people post it on social media. That's when
I'm here for these kind of conversations for the community, man. Because at the end of the day, man, we literally gotta stop settling for relationships. You know,
when you say settling for relationships, say more.
That's how I go down. You know what I'm saying? Like I met Qiana, I don't want no lady. She met me, I don't want no man. 6 months later, where you going at? And then like we fall into those arbitrary, like those roles, right?
Okay.
But that's not a conversation that says that, you know what? I think that my feelings have changed towards you, you know what I'm saying, over time. And I think I want to really settle down and like make this commitment with you. That's a conversation being had. So that's a proper way of entering into a relationship. A vast majority of people in our community enter situationships.
Okay.
And then over time, the situation changes. So now we're together.
Okay.
I mean, that happens. We were saying, how do you get the title? That's what I'm saying.
Man, talk.
You do
have the conversation, man. This conversation controls relation.
Then you transitioning into
because I mean you're there. I mean the person you're dating, they fit your criteria. That's why you start dating them. You know what I'm saying? And so once you see that they're not as aggravating, I guess, or over time, and they kind of rock with you or whatever, then y'all have the conversation. If you don't have the conversation, you're settling.
So like I have this thing right. Yeah. No,
if you don't have the conversation, you're
settling for a relationship because y'all cool and it's not a conversation.
And now you in that unknown
a
space.
year later, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is my lady, and this is my lady, you know, this is my man, you know, but we never had a conversation. Then we settled for our relationship.
And what did I just say? I need that conversation.
Yeah,
I just said
that's grown people stuff though.
But here's what I've seen. What I've seen is it happens at an introduction. Like we never had the conversation, but then we out somewhere and they say, well, who is this? And you say, this is my lady. And then the lady is like, oh, like that's when she
I got the video.
That's when she find out.
Listen, I got the video. You know I have a video of Joe sliding last night.
Okay, yeah.
Joe sliding.
It ain't that. It's on its own.
Yeah, it's Joe slide. Yeah, Joe sliding said something about how we're gonna protect the Iranian people. You know what I'm saying? But like obviously it's the Ukrainian people. So to watch Kamala Harris in the background with the black woman standing like the face hold on, bro.
He blew the name of the country.
He blew the name of the country. So to watch her behind him, like hold her face, like
trying to keep it together. Like,
dang, he just say this,
and she can't shout out from the back.
She can't shout out. So I
Like,
she can't have his back.
Hey, who gonna tell him?
Nobody,
listen, man. It's so bad in that seat, man. Ain't nobody gonna tell that person in that seat nothing.
Wow.
Not until they get out.
Trump changed the map, man, of the whole storm, and they let him.
Yeah, he did. He did. So look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break. We're gonna go into a little bit of news from Democracy Now! You'll hear that on the radio. We'll keep the conversation going. When we come back after the break, we got Ask Qiana, we got Stay Woke with Reno Moore. We're also going to talk about the State of the Union and some of these bad bills that have passed through the Florida legislature. So y'all stick and stay. We'll be right back with more of the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams the Birds.
President Biden has described Vladimir Putin as a dictator who must be made to pay for his invasion of Ukraine. In his State of the Union address, Mr. Biden said the Russian leader had badly miscalculated when he launched his premeditated and unprovoked attack and was now more isolated than ever. The president declared that it was a battle between democracy and autocracy.
Democracies are rising to the moment, and the world is clearly choosing the side of peace and security. So let us continue to draw inspiration from the iron will of the Ukrainian people. Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. He'll never extinguish their love of freedom, and he will never weaken the resolve of the free world.
As the invasion of Ukraine continues for a seventh day, Russian troops are reported to have taken control of the southern port city of Kherson. If confirmed, it would be the biggest city to fall since fighting began. Residents of the capital, Kiev, are also fearing more attacks. Our correspondent there, James
Plus,
Waterhouse,
we'll speak about Russia's invasion and President Biden's State of the Union with Filipino Vice Presidential candidate Walden Bello, a focus on the global South,
Gems.
and Branko Marcitic. All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Russia intensified its attacks on Ukraine's major cities. The governor of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city,
because Asians are connected
killed
globally. That's why
over a 24-hour period under heavy Russian shelling. The city's police headquarters and university were badly damaged and caught fire. Russia says it captured the southern port.
It's like going in and out.
Though local officials deny the claim, Mariupol has also come under intense shelling. In the capital, Kiev, a Russian missile strike on a television tower killed 5 civilians Tuesday. The attack also hit the site of Kiev's Babi-Yar Holocaust Memorial. The memorial commemorates the more than 33,000 Jews who were shot dead by Nazis and Nazi-led forces over a 2-day period in 1941, and the estimated 100,000 Jews, Roma, and others killed near the site between 1941 and 1943. The memorial was partially funded by one of the Russian billionaires, Mikhail Friedman. President Volodymyr Zelensky attended the 80th anniversary of Babi-Yar at the memorial along with world leaders this past September. Zelensky responded to the attack today.
Okay, yes, sir.
It is beyond humanity. This rocket strike proves that for many people in Russia, our Kiev is absolutely foreign. They don't know a thing about our capital, about our history, but they all have orders to erase our history, erase our country, erase us all.
Ukrainian President Zelensky added in his comments, quote, "You killed Holocaust victims for the second time."
I don't like that, boy. That's how we're supposed to be. When we see black people getting tried globally, we're supposed to feel some kind of way. And that feels some kind of way because we are powerless through our disconnection. But like, I was thinking of the wordplay, Brother John.
Okay.
We need to separate. We need to divide and conquer.
Okay.
The European has divided and conquered, and we took that premises as a bad thing.
Right.
They divided and conquered us. No, they divided themselves. Because you think Russians and white folks don't like each other. Like, white at my job, those are Russians. Those are white people. I was like, okay. Now I was like,
so wait, so they don't see you.
When you think about it, I'm Italian. I'm not white.
Okay.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, so they're more national.
they're national, but they understand what they're doing. They understand that they're a minority on the planet.
Right.
So we have to break everyone else up mentally so we can dominate them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they're the smallest group on the planet.
That absolutely is the place.
So they're dividing us and conquering us because everybody's scared of Russia. But Russia is the largest country, and what's the other largest country? The other half of Europe and us is really the whites.
Okay, so where does Ukraine fit in there? Because I'm still trying to find.
They white. I'm calling Russian. We can come because what we doing is we're saying, well, black people got what we are. They ain't Jamaican. They ain't Asians. Okay, the main race. The main Russians.
Okay.
The white people.
That's not Ukrainians. The white people. So let's get back because it's good. It's good stuff. I think they can hear us too. We're still on this one.
No, they can't hear.
I'm seeing it.
Oh. They ain't here.
They said that's you. It's white people. They can hear.
Alert. On Tuesday, UN diplomats staged a mass walkout as Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov addressed the UN Human Rights Council.
Ooh,
loud and clear. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
This jam. It's your brother Reno Moore, man. Look at that Facebook stories. My bad, y'all.
In the building, baby. And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See That.
See that.
And we want to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. So if you missed it, we're talking about de-white people, right?
Right. W-H-Y, was it? T-E?
No, the white. Like the brother you grew up with, the white.
Oh man, okay.
The white under your eye.
Yeah, I saw that on the white under your eye, the white under your nose. But I saw somebody put the white people, and it was DWIGHT.
Yeah.
And then people, and I was like, oh, that's smooth. That's smooth. So I started doing it. I like it.
I like it. Tight vibe.
But you know what? On another note, make sure y'all come out on Saturday, April 2nd. For 99's Jam's 6th annual celebration and fundraiser.
Come on.
Right?
Okay.
Come on out from 12 to 8 p.m. live music. It's going to be a virtual event as well, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
They're going to have DJs. We're going to be there.
Yep.
Right? They're going to have performers. So come on out. Raffle giveaways, refreshment, entertainment. Vendors will be out there. It'll be a award banquet at Manhattan Casino.
Yes.
Can't miss 20 Seconds South whatsoever.
The new Deuces, baby.
Yes.
The new Deuces. I like that. Deuces. I like that.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, come on out on 22nd.
Yeah.
That day we'll be out there having a lot of fun. If you need more information, please call 813-419-2035.
And it looked like it's gonna be live. I'm looking at this thing, and it's hosted by Shauna B. You got Chef the Entertainer. You got King Russell, you got Wayne Stoddard, you got Sojo.
Big shouts out to Cuzzo, man. I hear Cuzzo name. I had to break that up a little bit right quick, man. Sojo, man.
Yeah, doing a thing. And then you got Undercover Roster's gonna be performing live. It's gonna be a great day, man. So definitely, it's Saturday. Where is it? Saturday, April 2nd. Yeah.
Island vibes, y'all. Come out for it, man.
And we also kicked off the 99 Jams fundraising drive. And so if you'd like to donate and support local radio, please make sure that you donate. You can do that by going to 99jamstheberg.com.
Get up, get down.
911 is
joking your town. That's how it is around here, man. That's the vibes. That's how it is when you around people that's your age, man. I promise you, man, the energy is always the same. You know what I'm saying? You really did get up in the morning, Monday morning, to be excited to go to school to talk about what you saw on Martin last night. See, those energy vibes right there is created for people who they share the same interests.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Not only the same interests, but just the same vibes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's cool to be that way, to vibe with your people. Some people say vibe with your tribe, y'all.
Vibe with your tribe. I love it. So parents who started homeschooling during the pandemic don't want to send their kids back.
I hated it.
Yeah. So you hated it?
I hated it. I did not want, me, I didn't want to send Hootie to a regular school.
Yeah.
I didn't want to send my boys to regular school. So it was a testimony of a failure, that not even a failure, just hey, you just slip. Time to grab the rock and get up out of that, old man. I did not want him in regular school though.
I struggled with it too. But it's just for me, I just didn't have capacity. Like when you homeschooling, you got to really have that support system Because like working from home, I guess there's this idea that if you work from home, you can just do whatever.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can't. Because you legit only. I think they say I won't say simple-minded, but like I almost say small-minded people multitask.
Yeah.
Because you can't put your mind on something, focus on something, and something else at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
You can't really do surgery and shuffle cards and say and play tongue.
Yeah, and teach third grade fractions.
You know, but those who get to let the most less done. And I'm gonna say that again.
Say that again, please.
Those who get the most less done subscribe to I'm always multitasking.
Okay.
So they're always spinning their wheels and not really getting stuff done. But when you get something in your hand and tackle it and don't put something else up in your hand, like that's how you get stuff done. But when the person thinks that he can grab 5 or 6 things and say, boy, you just see I'm always juggling it around, and you'll always see him dropping stuff on the ground and brushing the balls.
You got to be strategic.
And
it have to be.
What you just reminded me of is a definition of success that I read a few years back, where it says success is the number of cycles of action that you complete. Right, and
big shots out to Sean Soprano.
And so you complete these cycles of action, right? But if you got multiple cycles of action going and then none of them are complete, then there is no production, right?
That's it right there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it right there, y'all. Like even with success, I heard that and this is the book of they, Brother John. We are live on the book of they, y'all.
Chapter and verse, right?
You know what I'm saying? But they say, God, I went to the book of they and got out my thought process. I got off the page.
We talk about cycles of action and multitasking, man.
But yeah, moving right along though, man. Go ahead, Brother John.
That's what it is. But they said the state saw an overall 35.2% increase in the number of homeschoolers between 2019 and 2020, and then 2020 and 2021, according to the Florida Department of Education. The increases were steeper in Escambia and Santa Rosa County. The counties both experienced over 60% increases in the number of school children being homeschooled in those years that we mentioned.
I mean, at the end of the day, I was on my Qiana flow. Big shouts out to Qiana. You know what I'm saying? You can ask her a question about love if you want to. Call in too.
Yeah.
But she, you know what I'm saying? She too homeschooled Cheyenne, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And came up with her own curriculum. And the curriculum, obviously, with my child will be a little different because, you know what I'm saying, I'm on that woke stuff, right? Big shouts out to the Santos, right?
And that's the thing that you can do when you do it for yourself.
When you do homeschool, and that was part of it. I just eliminated stuff that I didn't think she needed.
Period. That's right, Qiana. Yeah. It was so cool because unlike Qiana, I had something called YouTube.
Okay.
And it's what I'm saying, that it ain't about just putting them in front of YouTube. No, like it's regular life. And so I was able to teach my child science. And it would be coming from a kangaroo pouch on a flashcard to just going to YouTube and showing my child a kangaroo in nature. Like that was awesome sauce to me.
So you can actually see it.
I can show you the sun, and then let me show you sun rays, and then put up a YouTube video explaining sun rays. So for my kindergartner because I've already had children, right? And so I've already sent a son to kindergarten. But to watch him go to kindergarten and to be like already getting for gifted classes, I'm supposed to produce that though.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day,
and people fail to realize even when you homeschool, there's so many tools out there to help you. And so like when you look up homeschool programs, they have all of that. Like eventually I end up going into like the life pack, and they give you a whole year worth of stuff. It teaches you science, math, I like all this, and this was back. Cheyenne graduated in 2014.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's easier now.
And so then you think I went in there and you got it. They had CD-ROMs. You were doing all of that. They had who use CDs anymore, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you do that. They'll give you the test. If they fail, you have a makeup test. You have your pre-test. They have all this stuff that you have. So there's so many tools out there. And I mean, I definitely enjoyed. We got to travel and do things that, you know.
I hadn't had a kid in school in almost 10 years. You know? And so, no, really about almost 5-7 years. And it was like even his placement test in the school in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to just see where he's at. He's entering kindergarten right now. And he was saying uppercase A, lowercase a, uppercase J.
When he got there,
When he got there. So she was like, oh my God, like after it was over with, she was all excited and stuff. I can't wait to work with him. You know, most kids, if they are able to recognize uppercase and lowercase letters, they say big A and little a.
That's right.
And I didn't know that. And so because I don't know that people are calling it a little A and big A, why would I call it that when it's uppercase A?
Lowercase, yeah.
And so I'm already programming at the level. Well, but so I had got to the point where I recognized that you can teach them about 3 or 4 languages at the age of 3.
That's the best time to learn.
When I accepted that data, then I taught to him the way he should be taught to, and it's not like a child.
Yeah, it's not Google
Gaga. Their brain is way open right now, and so it's like.
Now I love that, and I think that's going to take on more significance, and as we have these conversations about what can be taught, because one of the headlines we talked about the legislature, the Destruction of Education Act. They were calling it Stop Woke, but they changed the name of it. Right, change the label, but it allows for people to sue if they feel discomfort over education or training that talks about racism, sexism, or other equity issues. It passed the House, and it's in its final state committee.
What's the statute of limitations on this? Can we go back? Because now all of us need to go ahead and join in together, y'all. Let's go and join hands, y'all,
and just tell them that we
ready.
Yeah,
we ready for the class action lawsuit, because we're suing you all for making us like. You gotta think about it, y'all. The word we used in the hood was what? I want to jaw them.
I want to jaw them. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I work. That's why I code talk, y'all, because people don't know what we mean by jaw them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when
y'all made me feel discomfort.
When we was in elementary school, we wanted to jaw them.
Yeah.
When we heard about slavery. So we understand their children not wanting to feel some kind of way.
No, but we still feel that type of way when you hear about slavery.
And it wasn't just slavery. It was just the subtleties that you know what I'm saying.
Jim Crow. It was Jim Crow era that we were running as well. The water fountains.
I'm talking about just how they display beauty, how they put up. Like I posted it about this study that was done that said, you know, they got this face
standard,
and they said this is the standard of beauty. And then when they was teaching these things, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes is more attractive, small noses, you know, thin lips, all of that stuff was considered attractive. And they would like promote that stuff in your face, and you sitting there like, well, that don't look like me. So if I'm the opposite of that, and that's beautiful,
then what am I?
What am I?
Yeah,
the opposite.
The opposite of that. And so then we got to write songs that saying, no, I'm black and I'm proud. Black is beautiful. Like you got to counter that narrative.
You know, I hate when people be like, "Oh, you pretty for a black girl." No,
pretty for a black girl,
or like you're pretty for a dark skin.
Somebody actually said that to you.
Yeah, like you're pretty.
The slander.
Yeah, or even
that's hard because I hear people who say that, but I've never met somebody who was like, you actually was told that.
Yeah, I have. And then even with black people, like when you know men, they be like, "Oh, you're a pretty dark skinned girl." I have gotten
like
that.
That's a compliment,
right? Ooh. No. Why I can't just be pretty, not just because you know what I mean.
You got to qualify it.
Yeah.
You got to.
Oh.
Let me slander you real quick. Yeah. You're pretty good for a black girl. You can read for a black girl.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah.
Well spoken.
Well spoken. Yeah. Well, you speak so well.
Right.
Yeah.
I
got that too. I got that. Yeah. You speak so well.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Wow. What?
Yeah. Blatant.
You really went to Pinellas County School? Like, you know what
I mean? Surprise. Oh, and that's maybe not a compliment, you know, going to Pinellas County School.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's kind of like, wow, like you're a unicorn.
Right.
Like all those little things kind of like, ugh.
No, the real deal. State of the Union. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Anybody check it out?
I mean, I caught some sound bites of it, man.
Okay.
You know,
what were some of your takeaways from it, from what you saw? We talked about it a little bit off air, but I mean, if you could share that again about what Biden and
Joe Sliding.
Yeah, Joe Sliding.
Joe Sliding, man.
You gonna make that?
He
that's his name. He gonna make it stick, right?
Man, that's that man's name, man. I didn't do it.
Yeah. So
one thing about names, people give them themselves. You know what I'm saying? They do something. You like, boy, you know where you can fix some cars really quick. We'll call you Quick Car 20. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He's sliding us. You know what I'm saying? He gave the name to himself.
Okay.
Okay. But it was just funny though, like the little soundbite I did see was it was of Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, saying Iran, the Iranian people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can
put it over there on that
for the microphone right quick, man.
Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. He'll never extinguish their love of freedom.
So they gotta play dumb, you know what I'm saying? The Iranian people. But it's like all in all, it ain't the Iranian people, y'all.
Yeah, he in a whole nother part of the
Joe
planet.
sliding over, and nobody does it better. But here's something I also did last night. You know, big shots out to Urban Drinkery.
Okay,
we was at Urban Drinkery last night, right?
Right.
And I thought I had kept it, but apparently I I got rid of it.
Okay.
So the screenshot was from where I was to itty bitty Plant City, y'all.
Okay.
I was being nosy, Brother John.
Okay. All right.
And upon me being nosy, I was able to find out that the Calgary or whatever you want to call it that Putin has when he has like 48-mile long stretch of tanks coming toward them.
Okay.
That's from urban drinkery to itty bitty Plant City, y'all, for y'all to understand this.
So how long this?
That's how long his Calgary is coming into this country.
Okay, so
from St. Petersburg, Florida, to
Putin,
Plant City.
So Putin, when we talk about the invasion in this, and it's this whole like train of people,
tanks.
It's from urban drinkery to Plant City.
That's the Deuces, y'all. From the Deuces, 9th Avenue South to itty bitty Plant City, man.
That's a long way.
That's a long way.
I was reaching for it. So I looked at Charlotte Soprano. I looked at my phone. I was like, okay, hold on. I ain't telling what I was doing. I was like, hold on.
Okay.
I typed in the
like the distance.
No, I typed in the fairgrounds.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And when I couldn't get the fairgrounds, I was like, oh wow, this is only 22 miles.
Okay.
This is nothing.
Okay.
So
keep going.
Lakeland. Yeah, I gotta find it.
Yeah.
Lakeland. And then that was like 47. I mean, that was like 52 or something. So we came back and I said Plant City. Yeah. And then just typed in literally on my Google Maps, Plant City, 47 miles. Oh, he got 48 miles of tanks. Okay. And so to look at I legit thought I had screenshotted it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna post it. Now I was gonna post me being nosy, but this is how it looks of that convoy or whatever you want to call it when he's coming in these people's country. It literally is stretching from us all the way through Tampa to Plant City, Polk County.
Man, you just
past the Hot Rock.
You just blew my mind.
Stay woke.
Yeah. Stay woke. All right, up next, ask Qiana. Y'all ready?
Yep, let's go.
This is a heavy question too, man. Heavy conversation, but I think it's necessary for our community. Something we need to talk about that we don't talk about.
Heavy.
So Ask Qiana is the segment where we talk about love and relationships, the highs and lows of dating, marriage, breakups, challenges of family, sisterhood, brotherhood, also tips for overcoming low self-esteem, depression, and anything else that Qiana wants to talk about. So today's question, and Janice Savage, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Janice.
What up, though? Tag a friend. So it says, Dear Qiana, my stepson is being released from prison after assaulting his 9-year-old stepdaughter in my home. He plans on living here with us, with his dad's blessing. A few years ago, I was sexually assaulted, and I still suffer from PTSD because of it. It's getting worse as the release date approaches. My stepson has problem with drugs and alcohol, as well as anger issues. He expects us to pay for whatever he wants. We have spent a third of our retirement money on his legal expenses, and there are no plans for him to pay us back. He has mistreated my dog several times, and I do not trust him. Am I wrong for not wanting him in my home? My husband has turned a deaf ear to my concerns. I guess blood is thicker than water.
Okay. This is a heavy one, right?
Heavy.
So let me say this first. No, you are not wrong whatsoever. I want to say, as a community, we need to stop like turning our cheek the other way to things that happen into our household, especially sexual assault, because there is a victim there. And so now we're telling the victim that the person who violated them didn't violate them, because we're saying it's okay.
Right.
You know, and you can love people from a distance. They shouldn't be in your household, especially if you don't trust them. Right. And yes, that is his son, and he should love him regardless, because he gave him life. But that doesn't mean that he has to be in y'all inner circle.
Right.
I don't think I will allow him back into my house. I don't think that would be healthy for you, especially since you were sexually assaulted too. So then that's kind of, bringing trauma back to you. And so your husband is not aware. And these are, I don't know how aware he is, like how traumatic this would be for your mental. I'm going to say y'all both need to sit down and talk to somebody.
Right.
Really do. And you need to express your feelings and how this is gonna really hurt y'all family.
Right.
And then you have his stepchild that's out there that was violated, that has to live with that every day.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, you're not wrong.
I agree. Yeah. King Reed, you got thoughts?
Hey man, that stuff too heavy. That stuff heavy, man. It's a conversation that continuously needs to be had in our community. You know what I'm saying? As our job is to protect our women, not be one of the main things that they run away from, because of the brutalization of our women at the hands of our men is sad. You know what I'm saying? You got other countries that go to war for protecting their women.
Real talk, man.
And that's why they say the testimony of how far you can saint people as a culture or as a race of people is the testimony of how they treat their women.
Right, right.
And when we got these guys, I mean, I said it one time at a barbershop, and when I said like 90% of our women have been touched before, to hear a brother say, I believe like 99%, like higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I had made a post that I don't think y'all understand, black men, that a lot of black women don't enjoy sex the way y'all think they do.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
they had to start back liking sex.
Yeah.
And so
because a lot of their first and early experiences,
we ain't got that data.
Yeah,
you know, we just ready to start having sex when we was ready to start having sex in life, and we never had anything blocking us mentally.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, what do you mean you don't want to? What do you mean? Because you just happen to meet somebody that got touched and ain't really about that life like that, like you think.
Yeah.
You just think she is because she's a female in front of you.
Right.
You know, and she likes you. You know what I'm saying? She can't help that she like you, but there's other parts of liking you that comes with that. And when you start to go that route, that's when you reignite, you know what I'm saying, or re-flare up the energy of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you re-stimulate that trauma,
you
man.
re-stimulate that trauma, correct, Brother John.
Yeah.
And so I just really think that it's something that we as men should have a continuous conversation over. Because as we say in consistent dialogue with our youth, then there's other things to do with the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like we all done been in front of some knees and trying to slide between them and here and no, you know, but everybody didn't stop.
Come on, man.
Yeah, everybody didn't stop.
Everybody didn't stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was fortunate to be one of them cats that I just seen there was so
but
many
you know
women.
What? When they
girls.
look at it, they the studies is there's a study out there somewhere, and if anybody know exactly what it is, please chime in, let us know. That people who does it, this is something that's ingrained, you know, it's hard for them to fight it, right?
Oh yeah.
And I know it's a country, I think it's Iceland somewhere, right? Tell me if y'all know what they actually give them a shot to make them that they, you know, they can't even, you know, get hard anymore, anything like that. Yeah, they make
basically kill that drive.
They take it because you know, and then want them to violate anybody else anymore.
Wow. And you when you were talking, you know, I thought about not only is it women, like it's boys and young men that have been touched.
There is some,
maybe
you know
not to, you know,
it's probably more than we know
because they don't report it, right?
Because they don't report it, and a lot of times, and you like suck it up, buttercup. Like it's the society that's
the double standards right there that she's talking about. Because even a female will tell a dude to suck it up. That's what made that movie so impactful. Was it not Indecent Exposure, but the one with Michael Douglas, when him and Demi Moore, when she was the one who she was his boss.
Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Indecent Exposure.
You
see what I'm saying? And then when he was reporting the initial crime, the men police officers, did she rape you? You know, and so this is society.
A violation.
Itself.
Look, violation is a violation.
Facts.
And we do need to stop protecting the violators.
I agree.
Especially the violators that's in our families, because you know they know the uncles and the grandparents the grandfathers.
I started you right, Qiana. Because what I had started doing is I had stopped not saying nothing to my cousins.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole little, oh yeah, boy, you know, he like I'm young. You know what I'm saying? Then you know that, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. Then it's like,
what does that really mean?
I had started like saying something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's not okay.
Like when I come around and she's saying, "Oh, you'll go get me some gauze because he won't sell me no gauze." I'm like, "Why he won't sell you no gauze at the store? He sell me gauze."
Right.
Why he won't sell you gauze?
Right.
You know, one time. It was the first time I said this too, because like it was so sad. I had started saying something.
Yeah.
So when I started saying something, it became weird because now I'm combating this whole energy of just not saying nothing.
Yeah, there's this silence.
Yeah. And one young princess can't even call her a queen.
Yeah.
And I'm probably about 28, 29 at the time. And she was like, she had said something, you know, it's quite natural to say, like, hey, what's your friend's name? You know, but she was so young, I was like, what's your mama name?
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, because you probably ain't even telling her where you at right now. what's your auntie name?
Okay.
And it was just like, I was just trying to just make her feel some kind of way to go on.
Yeah, like you don't need to be here.
You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't built up the conversation, courage enough conversational wise to say something to my cousin. So I started attacking his company to make them feel uncomfortable to get from around.
Right.
And eventually it started being entertained around me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But over 15 years of just straight, everybody just turning that blind eye to us. You know,
to
they like them young.
They
like them young.
Man,
which
crazy.
ain't cool. Cause I remember I was at a teen party because I used to do a lot of teen dance, and you know, there's men there, and then I remember one little girl was up in the guy face, asking him all questions, and I looked and I say, he's a grown man. Why is you even talking to him?
Right. Yeah, you got to check that.
I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you got to check
what,
that.
What are you doing?
Why?
Why are you even having this conversation? It ain't really none of your business.
Right.
Go talk to somebody your age. You know, and so those are red flags.
Yeah, for real.
Me, when you look at that and you see like big girls sitting on men lap, like young girls, just randomly sitting on somebody. You know, no, you don't play that.
I hung around with my big cousins, you know what I'm saying? So even in school, I was like, I didn't really like nobody my age. My twins' mama was a few years older than me, but she wasn't even from here. But my son's mother was like 9 years. So my first argument was with my son's mama's why I didn't take her to my prom. I was like, because you're 27, right? Let's start right there, right?
Let's start
so
there,
I didn't even think to ask you, right? I understood that I was a little more mature than the average dude because I had custody of my 2 kids, right? But I couldn't even open my mouth to ask you to go to my high school prom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
like, let's
be around the young girls, you know, be young, but I had the older cast, my cousin age, around my chick's ages and stuff. It was like, whoa, I wouldn't even talk to girls my age.
But just think about it. She was 9 years older than you. That's such a violation. At that
point.
I
mean, you know, I was 19, she was 27.
You were 19. So okay, go ahead.
And it's not. But it was funny though, because I was so young that, you know what I'm saying, like when you're young, it's typically the guys.
Yeah.
You know, why you want my little sister? Why you talking to my little cousin? But we worked at the Vinoy.
Right.
So I got to work late on the afternoon and came by my mom's office. And my mom like, oh yeah, I said something to your friend. I'm like, what friend?
Yeah.
You said what? Oh, I just asked her what she wanted dating my son.
Right.
So young. I had to get older to understand her mindset of why she even approached her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as a child, I'm like, hey man, it's embarrassing. Chill out.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, you know, being in school and it was girls in school who like wouldn't, they would tell you, I don't go with, we talking about that, I don't go with boys my age. I like older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they was like getting picked up.
I'm a product of it though, man. My mom,
yeah.
I'm a name drop today for the city purposes, man. We can have some fun. But my mom used to get off the bus from the Don Shazar right there on 18th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? You had your transfer back then so you can get back on for 10 cents.
Yes, sir.
But she would get off in my grandma neighborhood on 27th Street. And look for me just to get back on. I was supposed to be in place.
Right.
Let's just start right there.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be in place. You're supposed to be back at your grandma's house so I can get off the bus, go and get back on the next bus.
Right.
I'm off playing, and for a week straight, I'm late and she late.
Okay.
So now she gotta know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm at my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now she gotta go meet my girlfriend. It's like, oh no, man. I'm in the 4th grade. But I'm in them bad classes. So I'm in the 4th grade and the 5th grade class. My girlfriend was in the 5th grade.
Okay.
Well, now she gotta go meet her mama.
Right.
I'm in the 4th grade, and my mama is telling my 5th grade girlfriend to make sure that Bruce is back to his grandma's house so I can go, because they understood what was going on.
Yeah.
And they like, hey, I gotta get to work now, so I gotta get home on these buses. So I promise you, her mama used to start saying, hey, bro, you gotta get back at your grandma's house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was normal.
Nah, it's a village.
It was normal because I was already moving fast though.
Right. Fast. That was a word.
I was fast. 10 going on 20. They said back in the day.
That was a word. So this is what Keisha said. Kiss said. So are we not going to discuss the women violators?
Yeah.
Well, we kind of did though. We ain't lean too hard on them. That's what we kind of segue from the movie though. Yeah. It's Women's History Month, so we gonna talk about the violation of them and how we can prevent it and stop it, as opposed to calling them out on them violating men.
But that's a real thing.
That's a double standard though. It's so double standard. It don't even bother us like that.
It's real.
Women who do it make them either gay. I'm sorry,
yeah.
No, go ahead. They make them either gay or just players.
Yeah.
That's the consequence of starting too early. You either become a player, a womanizer.
No, but I mean, anybody who's violated, you either
yeah.
switch over or you become a player.
Because it's a badge of honor to have like to be 13 and your babysitter.
Men or women.
But
men or women.
I think that's a very I think that's a narrow and broad stroke, because I think the responses vary based upon all your life experiences, and so there's people who operate and function what we would appear to be normal, and we don't even know what's in their background. Like I always say, you never know how much pain can be hiding behind a smile, and so not everybody goes, to those extremes.
But we also have
to the extreme, but there is a lot of people that do. Like when girls are violated, not typically. There are times there are times when they just don't want to be touched by a man no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That touch does not. Excite them. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
Now you're talking about the adverse effects of that situation. Now, since that situation, now I only want a man touching me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kiss, if you can call us in, I'd like to hear that. If you can call in, give us a call, 727-637-2416. That's a powerful comment that you made. And I think it's a great contribution to the conversation. If you're able to, if you can, let me know in the chat. But if not, just
because it's violations across the board, men and women, and nobody should be violated.
Right.
No, especially children. You know what I mean?
Period. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need the children should be protected.
Right.
At all given costs, and it's really sad when it comes from somebody that's in your house.
I mean, and not even in your house. Shoot, you talking about something in your family.
That's what I'm saying.
Know what I'm saying? Like out of the 90% of the women that's been touched out here, we saying almost 60% or 70% of them been done by family.
That's what I'm saying. So we
got
uncles
and stuff.
Stop.
727-637-2416.
Stop saying that's who they are. Like everybody knows.
Whoa,
everybody knows, because you've seen families where we'll get mad at somebody for not bringing food, but then you let Uncle Joe sit there and he done touch everybody, and then it be like, so that's the anger that we need to have.
That's trauma there.
Like at this point, Uncle Joe need to be voted out the island.
Yeah,
type deal.
Yeah,
type deal, man. Like people in the family should be able to kill him.
Right,
like that kind of deal. Like, cause like that's you taking the law into your own hand, and when we create laws and stuff, that's the kind of stuff that should be like. I seen in another country, man, when somebody raped a girl, the 6 family members of that girl carried out the verdict, and they all had AK-47s and shot him. He was like,
okay. The views of this is not of
99 Jams, y'all.
All right, Kiss, you on there?
Good morning, y'all.
What's up, cuz?
Look, you in the bathroom at work?
Nah, I'm on.
Thank you for calling.
I'm in the big bathroom.
No, I got you. But I wanted to hear your comment.
I wanted to sound on like the female violators, because I know, in the urban community there was a large influx of older women dating the younger boys.
Right.
And it was perfectly fine. And it was, being made okay, kind of the same reason that the young girls were dating the older men, because the older men were able to provide things that the little girls lacked or whatever, or whatever they weren't getting at home. And then now it's turned into the same thing, but in the opposite. So now the women are dating the young boys, because now the young boys are the hustlers and the go-getters. And nobody's looking at it like it's weird. Like, I think it's weird for one of my friends to be courting my son.
I'm with you on that.
I just think it ain't nothing new under the sun. So like when we were the young people, you know what I'm saying? Or like even when we were like, I would say young people and our children were coming of age, you will always kind of hear one of the friends say, "Oh, girl, he looking kind of good now, girl. I don't know now." And so that, it ain't nothing new.
Yeah,
it's just more of us doing it.
It's like it's more acceptable.
It's more people do it. Truth is more people doing it, so it has become more acceptable because we see it so much.
I have a problem with it when they're underage. Once you get a certain age, everybody's grown.
I have a problem with it. Period, because like you shouldn't even be side-eye emojing your partner daughter.
Yeah. No, not your partner daughter.
Or like what Kiss was saying, and I think it's true, because I've like seen this. I remember growing up and like my mom friends, my mama used to be like, "Girl, you gotta leave my son alone."
Yeah,
right.
But what I'm saying?
No.
I heard a guy.
It's more cool. It's like it's cool. Like
I heard a guy on like Ricky Lake back in the day or something. He said that women, like, y'all kind of programmed y'all sons to be players and be dogs, because like if he a real cute little baby, like the mama or the auntie gonna be bragging about how he gonna be hurting these little girls' hearts out here.
Let's say that.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna have all the girls following him. That boy said that on that show, and I was watching. I was like, That's how they talk, though.
Let me tell you this, and I said this before, is that we do our men a disjustice, right? Disservice. And when you look at it at a young age, we tell guys not to settle down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Date around. Don't settle down with one girl, and then as soon as they get grown, we be like, no.
You're
supposed to be
that's why
I
encourage my man. When I talk to my kids, my son especially, I talk about marriage. Like, you know, I use the term wife a lot.
Yeah, good programming.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because like when he says that a little girl is cute, I'm like, you think she'll make a good wife? Like, I plant that.
Ooh, good job, good job, good job.
Big bars.
Good job.
Big bars.
and that's helpful because I got like grandsons. I got 11-year-old grandson, 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and the 11-year-old is like, you know what 6th grade do to you?
I know. I know
Kiss,
that.
Real quick, thank you, Kiss, for calling in. I appreciate you making time.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for calling in for sure. Yeah, I specifically talk like that to young boys. I mean, to young people in general, though.
Yeah.
I talk about after you get done with college. I talk about after you settle down and get married. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with telling young boys that. But then the balance of that conversation is when a man come in, Qiana. Because when you say, oh, you know what I'm saying, settle down and go out, that's right. Because that's coming to America. You're supposed to go out and sow your royal oats. That's why it's called settling down. Right. Because you get all that out your system and don't be a heartbreaker throughout your entire 20s. You're a heartbreaker throughout your entire 20s because you enter relationships and commitments that really your 20s can't hold.
Caller, you on there?
Okay, I was just calling in to add, just some context to the conversation.
Yes, sir.
And I was just wondering how much, looking back at Color Purple and things of that nature, and most of our folks come from the country, and pretty much women were having kids as soon as they started bleeding and things like that. I mean, that ain't hundreds of years ago. It ain't that far. So I'm just like wondering culturally when it started becoming so taboo. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm feeling like it's right. I'm just saying that it wasn't taboo, not even a whole 100 years ago. And still in some parts of the world, girls are young, having kids, getting married, as young as 12, 13, as soon as they start having their cycle.
Yeah.
And what does that say about nature? What is nature telling us? These are just questions, not that none of my beliefs or nothing like that. I'm just bringing a broad question to the whole audience. Like, when did it become taboo? Why is it taboo? How much of the way we think is sculpted by the way where we live, where we were born, in the society we were born in, and the things that we believe in, what's taboo, what's not, what's, socially acceptable, and the status quo. And I believe a lot of the way that everyone looks at what's right and wrong is largely in part to how we were taught, or what we were, what we were born into, what religion were we taught or taught to believe. And
like your culture.
It's a complex thing, it's a cultural thing.
That's all it is, Reese. And thanks for calling in, man. Good to hear your voice, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, but it's food for thought. Like when somebody just said, like,
that's a good question. That's a good question.
Say when it became
what
illegal,
year did it happen?
Said when it became illegal, that's when it became taboo. You know what I mean?
Yep. There it is, right there, Reese. The year that it became illegal. The year it became illegal because.
But then you think about laws. Like laws don't just become laws. Like there's advocacy, there's policy, there's attitude shifts that support.
Also, we're products of this.
Yeah,
most of us are products of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
most of us literally are products of that.
Yeah. When we get into these conversations about teenage pregnancies, I always tell people before we get too hard on it or act like it's something new, like you might want to check your oldest uncle or your oldest auntie age, right? And then take that to your grandma age.
Yeah, and it'll probably be like
7 times out of 10,
13, 14
you have a teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
And so it's like Dree said, when did that become an issue or taboo? Because it ain't new.
But that's when you see the cross lines of people that because you're so close in age, you're still dating in that same dating pool.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you offering that. Thanks for calling in, Dree.
For sure.
Appreciate you, man. That's what it is, man. Okay.
Because I was a teen parent. You know what I mean?
Me too. That's why I love about it though, right? Because me being a teen parent and then also being a parent of a young child right now, I see the problem.
Right.
But people was like, oh my God, you starting all over again. I was like, no, I'm not. And don't sell me your fears. If you paid attention to my story and I had twin daughters at 17 and full custody at 18, then I mean I grew up with children. Right now, I'm raising Jehuti.
Okay, yeah,
and that's different. And it's a different world when we get up out of the teenage pregnancy and able to go through life and live life and then settle down and have children.
When you wait until you're grown so you can actually
because you have a mind. You have a mind.
It's
a different. There's a different child that I'm raising than from was in 2000 and 21.
My wife commented, thank you for commenting. She says back then a lot of stuff went on. Parents kept the stuff to themselves, kept quiet in the family. Now it's all in the open. And I think that's another part of it too, is like that whole you know, what goes on in our house stays in our house. People started breaking that code. And then it was like, dang,
that code shouldn't have been broke though. I mean, other than sexual battery.
For abuse.
Yeah. Sexual battery, you know what I'm saying? Abuse, like, but even abuse, like you was thinking about like, I am gonna go to school and tell. And then you was like,
but was you really you weren't being abused.
No, we were getting abused. I'm gonna say because we were calling it killings. And I'm saying I was getting whooping by race car tracks. Like I was getting whoopings.
Did you die?
But them living don't mean it wasn't abuse. Just because you survived, it don't mean. Because I'll say this, Sister Hughes said that. No, when we talk, we had a similar topic. We were talking about disciplining your children, whooping your children,
right?
And Sister Hughes came in. Sister Hughes, I think she's 71, and she'll be coming on next, as a matter of fact. But she said, why y'all not talking about the abuse that we suffered? Because she was in that generation, and she was like, they got killings. Like we think we got killings.
Oh, so you know what? I get it then, because the further back from slavery, the weaker the whippings became.
Yeah.
Like because what she's saying basically is they mama them was fresh off the brick.
Yeah. So the whoopings they got
was real whoopings. Like they got real whoopings. They gave our mama them real whoopings. Our mom them gave us killings.
Yeah.
And we call them killings back in the day.
And now we're having conversations about whether or not we should even whoop our kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't whoop them because the whoopings didn't make me. They didn't deter me.
Right.
I utilize whoopings as a means of getting tougher out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So around 10, 11, that's when I started hearing what other bad kids was hearing. Oh, you ain't finna cry.
Okay.
Why? Because we're trying to take the pain and not really apply this pain, but make us tougher.
Wow. All right, so you're listening to the new morning show right here on 99 Gems, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Man, this is a hot topic, great conversation. Thank y'all for calling in. So you can actually support the local radio station. You can do it a few ways. You can listen live and catch the replay on Facebook.com/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. You can listen online at 99jamstheberg.com. You can download the TuneIn radio app and find WUJM 99 Jams. We also would like to encourage you to support our annual fundraising drive. If you'd like to donate, if you'd like to advertise your business or sponsor a show, you can do so by going to 99jamstheberg.com. Also, if you have an event in the community and you want us to broadcast live from your event, man,
holla at your boy.
Holla at us, man. We'll show up. We'll pull up. And great example of that was this past weekend where 99 Jams was broadcasting live from the Free Legal Clinic. And we about that community life, man.
Hey, man, we about to change, man. We heard that the United States government, we are the survivors. Let me bring that back. We are the survivors of the United States government attacking us. They called it with the dog whistle, the war on drugs, right? And so the psychological effects of that right there are still lingering throughout our community.
We still got prisoners of war.
We still have POW. We have real deal POWs. Keep in mind, y'all, that the United States government let out drug dealers, but kept incarcerated people who were fighting for change in our community. And so maybe the war on drugs is ending, but the war on you ain't stopped.
Come on, man. It's consistent. So now what we gonna do about it, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? I like that Voltron game, brother John.
I really love that Voltron game.
It's called Connect the Dots, y'all. When we link up together, as we connect the dots, we can see a better picture. The better picture is the picture of ourselves that we want to see, not the picture that's been painted for us.
That's you connecting the dots.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what is
how
that?
you connect the dots, y'all? Mentally, just start sitting around and figuring out what would it look like when, not if, when 1.7 billion black people on the planet Earth start to stick together.
Right.
That is called Judgment Day for other people, y'all.
Yeah, and I think sticking together intentionally because we do stick together. Like there's times when we come together and I think this is me channeling Shawty Soprano. We're more united than we give ourselves credit for. We just it's just difficult for us to unite in most cases economically and politically.
It's difficult. It's difficult. Go ahead, John.
But there's cultural unity, like the way we dress, the way we talk, our swag. You know what I mean? There's like a cultural unity. But when we talk about economic and political unity, that's when we start really seeing the opposition. And that's the other thing that I want to lift up. I was watching this thing. It's me being redundant and repeating it, but I saw Stokely Carmichael as a part of this leadership table.
Big shots out to Stokely Carmichael, man.
Kwame
Body of work.
Kwame, and what he said was that when we talk about unity and Black unity, he said we got to remember that our unity has been opposed and worked against, like the divide and conquer that we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like we overlook that as though like unity is just this thing that we can do, but we just opt not to do it. Overlooking the fact that like it's a struggle for us to unite, and there are people who are actively working against our unity.
And that's when you hear your brother Reno Moore say, don't put these people tongue in your mouth and talk to each other. Don't put these people brains and thought processes in your mind. But think about it. If you're dealing with their education, psychologist says that you can't solve the problem with the mindset that you had that created. Ooh. So you have to wake up. This is why they started making it illegal to do this right here, y'all. You can't just fight these people with the mindset that they're putting inside your head. That's not how you fight, folks. You got to go and create your own style. That's what Bruce Lee did. Right. You see what I'm saying? Once he got rid of Kung Fu and everything, he developed a new style. The new style of dealing with folks is to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's not really nothing new. That's why we play that song every time we come on the air. You know what I'm saying? Because Teddy Pendergrass is telling our mom them the same thing. It's just like we have to pick up the work, y'all. It ain't something that we can just leave behind for our grandkids because it might not be a grandkids. Y'all acting like it ain't a such thing as races of people wiped off the earth. And as long as there's a such thing as races of people being wiped off the face of this earth, then we have to add that data into our movements right now and make sure that our movements ain't us wiping ourselves off the earth, y'all.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Real deal. Qiana, you got something on your mind?
I'm listening.
Attentively. So what's on your mind Wednesday? Damian Davis says he would like to say happy birthday to his beautiful wife. And he
Sharonda, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Queen.
And he has another Bet on Black comedy show this Sunday at Spitfire Comedy House. That's what's on Damian Davis's mind.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta stay with one for y'all. I got y'all some Sumerian talks, all right?
Talk to me.
The Sumerians looked towards the heavens as they invented the system of time, y'all. I can show y'all the picture here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Them brothers there.
The brothers, yeah.
Man, them brothers that was tough, man. And we still use it to this day. One might find it curious that we divide the hours into 60 minutes and the days into 24 hours. Why not a multiple of 10 of 12? Put quite simply, the answer is because the inventors of time did not operate on a decimal base, in parentheses, base 10, or a deuterometal base 12. The system of say it, Qiana. Sega what, Qiana?
Hold on, I can't even see.
Qiana got her eyes right. We're gonna get these.
No, I need my glasses.
I know. Set your eyes right.
So wait, this is just showing my age. Where we at?
Right there. Sexy what?
I really can't see it. Look, you can't explain.
And he wants you to see it too.
I want you to say
man, I paid
Well,
man. Sexy, where is it?
By
I see the 16.
Let me get my glasses out.
Man, read this thing so we can I can't see it.
It's one of them crazy ancient words though, y'all. But the system that they had developed was based out of 60.
Oh, that was your way of like saying you can't.
Hey man,
you want to mess up the word.
Who finna try to fumble this word for 5 minutes? I'd rather ask my brothers to say it.
I appreciate that.
For the ancient Sumerian innovators who first divided the movements of the heavens into countable intervals, 60 was the perfect number. The number 60 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, and 30 equal parts. Moreover, ancient astronomers believed that there was 360 days in a year, and the number which 60 fits neatly into 6 times. The Sumerian Empire did not last. However, for more than 5,000 years, it has remained committed to their delegation of time.
Okay.
And so we are telling time off the brothers that we call the Sumerians.
I love that. And we actually what is it, next week? Is the daylight savings time begins?
Yes,
we're the only country that do that though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we're one of the only countries in the world that do daylight savings time.
Still do it? I think it started somewhere else.
I didn't say origin.
Yeah. No, I think it started like in France somewhere. We talked about it.
Yeah, when it started in France.
Yeah. We celebrated that day in history.
We did. All right, y'all. Final thoughts, man. We gotta land this plane.
Oh, dang. Man,
so be the change you want to be. Thank you, Damien. He said we can always come to the show. We're always going to support anyway.
I love it.
We love what you're doing.
Yeah,
we want to make
and I love the grind.
Right.
I just love the grind
and the groundbreaking and the like going into places that we haven't been before.
That show you the hustler himself though. If he could bring out spots that's been around, and you ain't find out about it until he got there.
Come on, man.
That's a testimony in itself.
Yeah,
real talk.
So so be the change you want to be. Y'all know I'm with. At the end of the day, write down the 5 things that happen good to you. Appreciate life. Okay. And that's where I leave it at.
Hey man, the person who complains about their job, y'all, what they can't do, they say out of the book of they can't lose their job and not find a job for a whole year. Because what happens is if they can't find employment after an entire year of looking and then land that very same job back, they will be very appreciative and they will not complain. And so the complaint line is actually a choice, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're saying these days with the energy is to have a good day on purpose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say to you all who can hear my voice right now, be intentional about your good day.
Real talk. Hey, man, it's more needs to be done and needs to be said. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to remind you all that we are having our 99 Jams annual fundraiser. And there's ways that you can support the station, man. It's the anniversary celebration and fundraiser, Saturday, April 2nd. It's going to be featuring international and local artists. Hosted by Qiana B. And you can go to 99jamstheberg.com to get more information about that. Also want to give a shout out to India Johnson over at the Enoch Davis Center. This Saturday, there's going to be a resource fair and yard sale. And so it'll be from like 8 until 2. I'm going to set up with the One Community Grocery Co-op. We're going to be out there talking about the grocery co-op, how we can feed ourselves in our own community and own the means of production. And so y'all come out this Saturday. You can learn more about the co-op there. And man, let's just keep going, man. Keep going. Do what you do and do it on purpose. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. This is your brother John.
This is Qiana.
Hey, man, it's your brother Reno Moore.
And we out. Peace.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams.
Mad ethnic right now.
Peace and light. This is your brother John, and I would like to invite you to tune in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jams every Monday and Wednesday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the latest in pop culture news and unique perspectives on hot topics. Make sure you tune in and start your day off right with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99.1 FM, 99 Jams. The Bird.